Okay, Shaira, so let's dive into this exercise. The first question is straightforward. What is cryptography? We know it's the practice and study of creating secret information.
Yeah, that's one easy. The options are bit tricky though. The correct answer is definitely cryptography, but there are options like stenography and steganography. We need to be careful not to get confused.
That's true. Cryptography is the right answer. Steganography and steganography are related to cryptography. Moving on to the next question the second question is about the application of cryptography in advanced societies.
Right. The examples given in the lecture were the security of ATMs, computer passwords, and the electronic commerce. So the correct option will be A, B, or C. True.
That is exactly Xiao. The third question is about the Enigma machine. We know that it was used by the German during World War II. So the correct answer is German.
Ah, got it. The fourth question, as for the example of lithography, we mentioned the Kaiser Timber and the Enigma machine. The option include Enigma and Lockheed, but the right answer is Enigma.
Okay, Xiao. And for the last question, which asks about the secret text resulting from the encryption process, the answer is ciphertext. It's the result of encrypted plain text.
Oh, perfect. This exercise wasn't too hard. It really helps to discuss and review what we have learned. Cryptography is such fast file with so many practical applications.
Totally, I think it's fascinating how ancient techniques like the Caesar, the Caesar cipher laid the foundation for modern cryptographic methods and how something as complex as the Enigma machine was eventually disappeared.
It's also interesting to see how cryptography has evolved with technology. From simple citation, cheaper is sophisticated algorithm like RSA and DAS, the file has come a long way.
Definitely show, and the role of the cryptographer must have evolved too. Nowadays, they need to be well versed in both mathematics and computer science to develop and break this complex algorithm.
Anyway, speaking of complex algorithm, did you understand the basic of RSA and DES for the lecture? I found RSA particularly interesting because it used two keys, one for encryption and another for decryption.
Yes, RSA is based on the difficulty of factoring large prime number. It's a brilliant method. While DES, on the other hand, is a symmetry key algorithm, meaning the same key is used for both encryption and decryption.
Right. And PGP, which stands for Pretty Good Privacy, is another interesting one. It combines features of both symmetric and asymmetric encryption to secure emails and files.
That's true. PGP uses a combination of data operation, symmetric key cryptography, and public key cryptography. It's fascinating how these different methods work together to enhance security.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think learning about cryptography has made me more aware of how critical security is in our digital world. It's everywhere from online banking to personal communication.
Absolutely. It's a good reminder to be careful with our digital footprints and appreciate the technology that keeps our information secure. I'm excited to learn more in the upcoming lecture.
Me too. Let's finish up this exercise and prepare for the next session. Oh no. the interesting topics we will dive into next.
Sounds like a plan. Cryptography might be challenging, but it's definitely worth the effort. Let's get started on the next question.
Before we move on, I was thinking about the cryptography is in our daily life. Do you remember when they talk about securing electronic commerce?
Yeah, it's crucial for things like online shopping and banking. Without cryptography, our credit card details and personal information will be at risk.
Exactly. And those public market key where we learn about RSA are what keep in our transaction secure. It's amazing how math can create such strong security systems.
Certainly, it's not just about keeping secret, but ensuring integrity and authenticity too. Imagine how chaotic things would be without cryptographic protocols.
Speaking of protocols, did you understand how SSL or TLS works? It used to secure web traffic, but I got a bit lost in the detail.
Yes, Shao, it can be a bit complex. SSL or TSL uses a combination of symmetric and asymmetric cryptography to encrypt data being transmitted over the internet. It starts with a handshake to establish a secure connection, then switches for faster symmetric encryption for the actual data transfer.
That makes sense. So it's like using the best of both worlds to ensure speed and security. I guess that's why we can see the padlock icon in the browsers when we are on secure sites.
That exactly. It's a visual reassurance that our connection is encrypted. Have you ever thought about how much vulnerable we'd be without these technologies?
All the time, it's a bit scary to think about, but it also makes me appreciate the work cryptographers do even more. They are like innocent hero of the digital age.
That's true, and it's inspiring to think we could be a part of that. Working on the front line of cybersecurity, I'm definitely more motivated to dive deeper into our study now.
Same here. There's so much more to learn and explore. Maybe we can even work on some encryption project together. It will be a great way to apply what we were learning.
So I think that's a great idea. We could start with something simple, like creating our own Caesar Zipper program, and then move on to more complex algorithm.
I'm in. Let's schedule some time this weekend to brainstorm and start coding. Who knows? We might even come up with something innovative.
Absolutely, Joe. I'm excited already. Let's ask this exercise first, and then we can start our cryptography project and the future of digital security awaits us.